Engaging means attractive, winning, or charming. When you look at someone and you say, oh, they're engaging, they're winning personality, or they're charming or attractive. A miracle is an event or action that contradicts known scientific laws. It is simply something that God is doing himself. It is an action, an event that contradicts known scientific laws. It is what we call something that is supernatural. Help me say, a miracle is not natural, it's supernatural. Amen. One of my preachers just bring me that water over there. It is supernatural. Amen. It is super. It is not natural. It's beyond that. It's supernatural. And when you notice here, God is up to something that is out of the ordinary. Somebody say out of the ordinary. When I say out of the ordinary, I mean that God is doing an extraordinary thing. Thank you. Out of the ordinary. He is bringing some things to be. He is making some things happen in our lives. So it is supernatural. The word espoused, as we mentioned earlier, is a word, of course, that we hear, and of course that we hear in biblical translations. In Palestine, this word would mean something a lot deeper than just the word engage as we use it today, but we're using them in comparison today. However, when they would say that someone was espoused, they were talking about that they were to fit or to be joined. Many times today when we talk about being engaged, some of y'all engaged today and not engaged today. You've been engaged 3 or 4 times in the last couple of years. Amen, somebody. But here in engagement was a true time of commitment and finality. And so this word even in the Greek is harmazo. Somebody say harmazo. It means to fit or to join. And also we see associated words like commit or commitment, which means to put to practice. Say that, to put to practice. Or you can say it like this, to put or to practice. So whenever you say I'm committed to God, what you're saying is I'm practicing putting things in God's hands. Say that, practicing to put things in God's hands. And so that's what commitment is. It is releasing things into the hands of God, or whatever it is you're trusting. You're committing to that thing. You are letting him or trusting him. I like the old saints because they would say something like this, that you let go and let God. Somebody say, let go and let God. You allow God to be God. You allow him to do what it is that he desires to do. Some people are not to that place of commitment, though, and commitment is a strong word, and it's a word that the church must adopt and hold fast to. Because if we're going to do anything in life, we got to get to the place that we're willing to commit to those things. But some people just want to sample in life. Yeah. They're not willing to commit. They have a lifestyle of sampling. Somebody say sampling. You know, they go from place to place. You've heard of the food court scenario. And in the food court, they have little trays for you to sample in the mall. Y'all been to the mall recently. They have little food for you to sample if you go through the various restaurants in the food court. And some people have the nerve, though, to get full on the samples. Lord, help me in here. They go to every little restaurant down the line and hope that don't nobody recognize them if they try to slip back to one again. Now, another terminology, they call that stealing. But anyways, so they are trying to get full off of the samples, only because they don't want to make a commitment. And many people don't want to commit because there's a price, watch this, involved in your commitment. Oh my, look at your neighbor and say, commitment is going to cost you something. You watch folk always trying to tell you to do something and they don't never do nothing. That's why I don't like people to raise offering and they don't give none themselves. Y'all watch those kind of folks. Amen, somebody. Amen. I don't want nobody to raise. My dad told me once when I came to Memphis and took the church over, he told me who the stingy preachers were, and he said, don't put them up to raise no money because they don't never give none. Say amen, somebody. So what happens is when we commit in life, it's going to cost us something. Touch your neighbor and say it's going to cost you something. And so if a person goes by and tries to live off of samples, it's only because they don't want to pay the price. And the only reason the sample is there is to entice you to pay the price. Are you with me now? And so there are a lot of people that are getting full off of something they've not committed themselves to. Touch your neighbor and ask them, what are you full of?